everybody. Welcome back to our GAMA Trade Show 2016 coverage. I'm Z Garcia. I am here with Mr. Eric Lang.
Heyo.
Who is here to talk to us, representing Cool Mini or Not, I guess is the way to say that.
I am representing. That's what I do.
That's what you do. And he's going to be showing us some upcoming games, some upcoming goodies.
Goodies. Goodies, comma, if you will.
If you will. Let's dig right into it.
I love digging in.
Yeah, let's do it.
So these are, of course, I'm only going to talk about the games that I'm doing with Cool Mini or Not. They will, of course, come out later and talk about other games that other fine people are doing.
Okay, sounds good. There you have it.
So that's a game.
Yes, I've heard of this game.
Me too.
I can't do that. I shouldn't try.
Doesn't make you an offer you can. This is the Godfather. If you guys follow me on social media or whatever, I talk about games forever, but I don't either. Don't follow me on Twitter. It's terrible. I've been talking about this game for like the last 9 months. I'm only allowed to talk about my games in code names, of course, because secrets and all that stuff.
Right.
This was Project Suitcase I've been talking about for a while. I found out about this game about almost a full year ago. They were like, hey, we got this Godfather game. We want it to come out next year. And I don't remember anything else they said after that. They're all walk.
Right, gotcha.
This is mine. This is mine. So this is a big box game. It is a big box. It is...
let's put it over here so the camera can do a nice close-up of that. There you go.
With artwork by Karl Kapinski, who rocks my socks.
Okay, cool.
It's going to be a big box, dudes on a map, thugs on a map, board game. 3 to 5 players, 60 to 90 minutes.
Okay.
My sweet spot. The tagline I use for gamers is it's like worker placement with murder and intrigue. Because murder,
right?
So players are the game is based off of the first movie. From Don Corleone's life, from the beginning to, spoiler alert, played over 5 acts, and you guys are playing the other 5 families.
Okay.
That are you're running your own Mafia Empire, while paying tribute to the Don. And at the end of, spoiler alert, whoever has the most money wins. Everything's about money in the game. And I wanted to make a game that really puts you in the head of a mafia boss.
Okay.
So you have thugs, you have a Don, you also get access to your wife or your commander and your heirs and all that cool stuff. And you're going to be using your thugs to shake down businesses on the board to get stuff, placing them on the board to get a thing. But at the same time, you're also going to be engaging in a turf war. So after you guys have placed your stuff, you'll be controlling territories with your Dons and your thugs and putting down control markers on turf, and whoever has, which will encourage people later on, will have to share their shakedowns with you.
Gotcha.
And you get bonuses for all that stuff. Now, all the stuff that you get, the money cards, the racket cards, the contracts, and some of the bribes that you get for favors from like the police chief and the union boss, all that cool stuff. That you've got to hold all that in your hand. You get to fondle your victory points while you're playing, and at the end of the game, money is all that matters. But of course, there's a very strict hand limit, and there's every turn, because at the end of each act, you guys have to pay tribute to the Don, so you have a maximum number of cards you can hold.
Gotcha.
So you got to choose between whether you're going to hold your money, whether you're going to hold your contracts for later on, whether you're going to hold on to your powers. You got to balance all that stuff out. And of course, the contracts and the powers themselves gives you these cool powers, like everything you expect in a Mafia game, right? You'll be doing drive-by shootings and taking other people and taking them and removing them from the board and putting them face down in the river, because that's what you do. Right. That's pretty much my favorite thing. But don't worry, you don't lose your guys forever. You can pay cards later to fish them out of the river and
good as new.
Right, good as new. Because remember, at the end of the day, it's money. Right, you're gonna have to make all these hard choices about all these precious guys you have, about your precious businesses and your rackets, but it's all about what you get paid.
All right. Do we have a release date on this yet?
Q3-ish.
Okay, got it. Is there anything in the box we can actually show? Or are we just looking at an empty box for all intents and purposes?
We are looking at an empty box caveat, warning, all this stuff. This is my prototype that I built with my InDesign at home. Let's see. Here you
go.
Not represent
take that lid off. Help me out here.
Well,
all right.
Oh, look at that. This is not Blood Rage figures. We're using Blood Rage figures as proxies for the thugs.
Because,
Why not, right?
axes and killing.
This is so you get a little glimpse into like the kind of prototypes that I make. So here's a look at the board. Now remember, I'm not a graphic designer.
Yeah, it's just something to
do
give
stuff,
people
right.
a little bit of
Yeah.
an idea of what this might look like.
Right.
So there you have it now.
In general, right?
While they're taking a look at
here's
this,
the-
let me ask you a question.
There's the river. Oh, dead.
On I mean, you've done a lot of games that we would consider American-style games. You've done a lot of games that would be considered Euro-style games. On the
Solid
scale,
EuroTrash.
EuroTrash.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
It is like
somewhere in the middle.
It is. It's the type of game I like, right? So
Okay.
It's disciplined. It's really streamlined. There's not a lot of crazy overhead. There's not a lot of bookkeeping, and it's disciplined. And it has some. It has a lot of Euro mechanics that I like in it, right? It has worker placement, thug placement. And it's got a couple of neat little twists to that, but
Okay.
there's violence in it, right? I mean, you are going to be gunning each other down, but the consequences for that are not going to be huge. You're not going to be knocking somebody out of the game forever
Gotcha.
because you knock, right? Basically, I'm going to attack you straight in the wallet. That's the way I think of it.
Okay, that's a good way to put it, I think. Sounds good. All right, let's take a look at what else we've got going on. I think
All
we've got
right.
a few games we need to take a look at here, don't we?
It's true fact.
Let's do it.
Godfather,
Third quarter of the year.
offer you can't refuse. You had to do that thing.
You got to do it.
All right. This is a Bloodborne. Bloodborne is. Can you see it?
Yep,
there
we
it
got
is.
it.
Bloodborne is indeed a licensed game. It is licensed off of the super easy video game by the same studio who did Dark Souls and Demon Souls. Pff, no problem. Like,
Yeah, those are easy to get
right,
through, yeah.
Walk in the park. This is a game, for those of you who don't know Bloodborne, it's a game where you turn it on, you die. That's the way I describe it. I'm really bad at it, but I love it. Grim, dark, all that stuff. So this is a card game.
Okay.
It's a 3 to 5 player card game that distills all the frustration and the angst and the constant death of the video game into a contest between 3 to 5 players competitively. So
It's like a legacy game. Basically, I'm going to be ripping up the cards.
well, I hope not.
If it's as hard as the video game.
It is, yeah, it's true. So this is competitive. So this is based off of the Chalice dungeon runs that are in the game. So it is a dungeon crawl card game essentially.
cool.
But where you guys got to push your luck, and you're going to be fighting monsters as quote unquote as a team, but there's only one winner.
Got it.
And you're going to be everybody starts with a hand of the basic weapon cards that you get in the video game, and you'll be improving it as you go. You'll be going shopping as you run away, or as when you die, you'll be getting new cards to permanently increase your hand, getting cool combos and stuff. But the core of the game is monsters come up. They have blood on them, and you guys are going to be simultaneously attacking them to take their blood, and that's your victory points.
Okay.
The monsters are going to deal damage to everybody as they, and if you die, you lose all the blood that you have.
Okay.
But you can always opt out of a combat. If you've before the monster deals their damage, you can try to opt out and bank your blood so it stays permanently.
So would you call it a push your luck game or not quite?
It is. Yeah, definitely got push your luck
push
in
your
it.
luck.
I mean, those of you who play Bloodborne, that's one of the essential ingredients of it, right?
Gotcha.
You want to
Now-
stay as long as you can, but if you die, you lose a whole bunch of progress.
Got it. Now you also said it was you put in air quotes cooperating. Would you call this a semi-cooperative game?
Not really.
Not really.
It has some groupthink going on, right? So
Okay.
So I mean, it is competitive. It is competitive at its core, and I'm going to show you my crappy prototype cards. The real graphic designer did way better jobs. Right?
This is worse than the last one.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. Right. Look. So here's everybody has a little player board that they collect trophies. This is a strategic part of the game. The more monsters of a particular type you kill, the more bonuses that you get at the end.
Gotcha.
Here's an example of some non-basic, of basic cards that everybody starts with. Right. You get the Sock Lever, the Hunter Pistol, and this is how much damage they do, and they give you an ability. And during every turn, you're going to be all simultaneously playing a card.
Right.
Now the thing is, because the player order matters. So after you reveal your card, you guys are going to execute them in player order.
Okay.
And as you do damage to the monster, you take their blood, and if there's none left when it's your turn, too bad. So you are going to be doing a little bit of coordination, like, all right, can we kill this? If you kill the monster, everybody gets a trophy. Everybody who did damage to it gets a trophy. If you don't, it runs away, and nobody gets it.
Got it.
Right. So there's a lot of that there's a lot of that psychological stuff going on.
All right, cool.
And
About
then
how long is the game play
about
itself?
30 minutes.
Okay.
30 minutes. 30 minutes of pure pain.
Got it. And anger and just frustration.
Sorry, I got to mention one thing.
Yeah,
Of course, the
do
game
it.
has every monster does damage to you. They have these little dice. Every monster could deal 0 damage to you. You're all fine.
So
but
this is the monster hitting us back.
monster hits monster hits everybody back every round.
Got it.
And every dice explodes. I love exploding dice. So there's a possibility of no matter what monster it is, they could do nothing to you, or they could do infinite damage to you.
Right, because if
Right.
you roll that face, you keep rolling.
Exactly, and you can you can do your risk management calculations based on the dice and all that cool stuff. And you collect little blood squirrels. Those are my prototype. The real game's gonna have like really, really cool marbleized blood tokens.
Gotcha. When can we expect to see this in stores?
I don't know.
Okay, this year at some point.
This year-ish, yes.
Okay, sounds good.
This
There
year.
you go, Bloodborne.
Another game I haven't been able to talk about for a long time. This was I call it Project Dream. Get it? Hunter's Dream, but
Smooth. What else you got for us?
we have so this is stuff that we already talked about last year. This is Arcadia Quest Inferno.
Okay.
It is coming out Q3 this year. We did the Kickstarter last year. It was big and awesome, and all the stuff we want from Arcadia. It is. This is Arcadia plus, right? It is
Okay.
Arcadia, but in hell, and it's still cute though. Super cute. I mean, the Underlord, the big bad boss. I use my wife as a litmus test for this when I show her all the art. I'm like, and this is the big bad guy. She's like, cute. Like,
Got it.
there you go.
That'll do it, right?
So it's the Arcadia you all know and love, campaign-based play. The campaign is structured a little differently in this one. The way that you guys branch, there's cool, powerful angels that you can rescue or not. You're going to have to choose which ones that you end up rescuing and which ones you don't.
Okay.
The ones you don't are going to end up working against you later on.
Gotcha.
The ones that you do are going to be permanent additions to the player that rescued them. So they actually get to upgrade their characters midway through the campaign, which is pretty cool.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It features a mechanic called Damnation. Damnation. You got to say it like that.
You have to, right?
Which is a cool little bit of a risk management thing in here. That we have powerful weapons in here that give you damnation, and if damnation is just a risk against stuff that could come out later in the game. We have brimstone cards, which is an analog to tombstone cards that we had from Beyond the Grave.
Okay.
And some of them they'll do horrible things to people that have too much.
Damnation.
Yes. And
That's right.
The thing is that some players have weapons that do a lot of damage, extra damage to you if you have damnation, monsters that can hurt players with it, et cetera, et
So
cetera.
something that basically tracks and then might penalize you for it later.
Right, you get little damnation tokens.
Gotcha.
And the key to this, the thing I really love about it that makes it so dramatic is you don't know exactly how much you're going to be punished for it.
I see.
Right? And it usually tracks the person with the most damnation. So that's coming out soon. Super excited about this.
A quick question about this.
Yes.
Is this standalone, expansion?
Standalone.
Okay.
It is a standalone campaign. It is. Everything is compatible, but it's the campaign for like the heroes and stuff are compatible. You can throw them in.
You can just get this, but if you have the older Arcadia stuff, mix them. You can mix them.
You can use heroes from the old Arcadia. Like you just expand your hero pool and all that cool stuff. The campaign for this is unique. Start from beginning to end. And of course, you can play it individually, etc. There are 2 expansions that came for this. We unlocked with the Kickstarter that I was super excited about, which were Arcadia Pets, which give everybody.
How can you possibly make something cuter? I mean, I don't understand.
Right. So, it all came from I was like, I want more pandas. Right, and so there's an adorable little panda you can get. We spent so much time on deciding which pets everybody would get, and I was the biggest pain in the to the team.
Right.
I was like, nope, we got to make sure we get all the right pets for all the right people. So we have a little dog, a little cat, a unicorn, a dragon, a monkey that flings poo. It's everything you expect. So Pets is a standalone expansion.
Okay.
It plugs into everything else you play. It just adds pets to the game.
Okay.
And it even has a cool little, it has a little mini campaign. You go through the lollipop forest and do all that cool stuff later. It's Arcadia in Disneyland. Right?
Gotcha.
In Wisneyland.
Yeah, we'll just bleep that out. We're okay.
And there's also the dragons. There are dragons expansions. There's 3 of them that you'll be able to get. They have There's that is the beyond level 6.
Okay.
Right. So that after you finish a campaign, then you can go out and fight the dragons, and there are 2 scenarios each. One scenario that's standard competitive, where you have to lock down the dragon, and then the final dragon boss fight is actually cooperative. So you guys actually have to gang up and fight the dragon at the end.
Gotcha.
And it's a super hard boss fight, harder than anything we've ever done before in Arcadia Quest. Because some people wanted really interesting monsters to fight. There you go.
Gotcha. So when can we expect to get our hands on this?
Q3. I'm not getting any help beyond the table. It's Q3. All right.
Yeah.
I'm saying Q3.
Everything is Q3, guys. Just if you're not sure, Q3. All right.
That's Arcadia Quest.
What else have you got? Let's try to get through a couple of these bad boys a little faster.
That's it. This is the last one.
Okay, let's do it.
This and another super cute game. The Others.
That's
right.
It's adorable.
It's another game about collecting pet. No, it's so this game is the most disturbing, twisted, awful horror game that you can imagine. This game kind of broke me a little bit. It is the biggest game I've ever made.
Okay.
It's got so much modular expansion stuff that clicks in together. I don't know if you guys got a chance to play this, but this
I haven't. No.
It is one player as the Sins player who's trying to destroy or corrupt or take over the last city of Haven. And do we have a back? We have a back. Look at that. It's a back, right?
Okay, cool.
The game board looks like that a little bit. And the one player versus a bunch of heroes that have to work together as a team in order to stop them. The game has 3 basic modes. It has a corruption mode, a terror mode, and a redemption mode that each have their own stories that play the same core gameplay, but a little bit of a different twist. Right?
Okay.
Terror is basically Ridley Scott's roar, monsters coming in, destroying everything. Corruption plays on a little bit of there's woe is me, so much darkness within, and all that. The heroes turn against each other, and the redemption. The redemption story is a little bit more of the heroes trying to save the city from itself. You get to play a little bit more tactically versus the Sins player. This has a ton of expansions, which we're going to be releasing slowly over time.
Okay.
The core box, you get so much play out of it. It's ridiculous. The way I decide, the way the expansions work for this, everything is plug and play. So the Sins player chooses a Sin, chooses an acolyte. The hero choose a map, choose a story. I call this the Dominion of adventure games. So just you pick all these cool things.
Pick all the pieces you want to play with and go to town.
And they all work.
So this is a little closer to something like Blood Rage from you, would you say? As far as game length, for example,
in game length,
the heavy plastic.
Exactly right. So,
but it's a nice balance between very thematic and tactical, richly tactical.
So gameplay-wise, it's actually, yes, you're right. It has all the same cool stuff in it.
Right.
But the gameplay is very, very different. This game is, like Blood Rage is a tactical, strategic game with Vikings and stuff like. This is a lot more of an atmospheric journey type game with a lot of storytelling. You have to play your way through a story in every game.
Okay.
So that's this will appeal to people who like adventure games with death. We can open it? He said I can open it.
Let's open it.
All right, help me out, man.
Can we play it?
Yeah. We have 90 minutes?
I think it got taped shut somehow.
Yeah, I got taped shut.
This is not.
My producer is no good.
This is one of the Sins messing with us. Okay, this is not opening.
It's not happening. It's not happening, guys. Imagine there's really awesome stuff in here.
We're gonna get you over there on the live feed to open it.
Sweet. Okay.
Okay, we'll do that. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Cool. So should I even ask or just say Q3?
I think it's Q3, isn't it?
Cool. Q3. So basically, Mr. Eric Lang is going to just be sitting around the house for the first half of the year.
That's all I do.
But during the third quarter, he's busy.
We're pumping this stuff out.
There you go. All right. Good talking to you, Eric. Anything else you want to tell us, or I think we're good. Let's put you over there and get some questions out of you.
Play games, have fun, other cool, quippy taglines.
All right. Good talking to you.
You too.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you.